We know nature and the environment are a big deal for us right now. Nature is speaking very loudly. Nature is going to require we do a lot of interesting things and quickly. But if you can't say the green age, well, Tom Robbins, the author, said the floral age. I think there's something about that that says, yes, let's get reinvested in nature, but let's go all the way to the place where the flowers emerge. Let's take this to the level of paradise. You can't quite call it the paradise age, but if you include the floral age, I think it's pretty helpful. In addition to that, we have the solar age. This is the focus on energy. People who say, come on, all the energy we need is already available. Just change the machines and change the focus and you'll get all the energy you need. So I think the solar age is well, it's a compelling idea, and the sun has always been a big deal for people of all traditions. So I'm encouraged by the solar age. And then we have the biosphere. We woke up to the fact that we were a globe in 1400 or something. Then we woke up to the fact that we were a globe that had limits in this last century. We couldn't just keep mining away. And now we've actually woken up to the idea that this thin film of atmosphere around our globe, which is like a paint of shellac on a bowling ball, it's so thin, is actually where we live. We live in the atmosphere more than in the earth. So we're not going to need to just save the earth, we need to save the biosphere. So this would be the age of the biosphere as an example. And then here, this is my image of the galaxy. We now have telescopes that have gone out of our solar system, into our galaxy, through the edge of the galaxy to other galaxies, and because they're now finely tuned, they're finding out there are planets around every star. That's 1 billion plus planets. So, just as in the last century we did our solar system pretty convincingly, getting all the way to Jupiter and Mars and whatnot, you can imagine in this century we're actually going to be into the galaxy. So this is in fact our chance to be intergalactic, and that's going to be sort of the limit of our interest in territory in the next 100 years. In the last 100 years we projected ourselves from people on horses running down the road, and they even gave the guy with the first automobile a ticket for going faster than the horse, all the way to a point where you're flying at 38,000 feet above the land with 4 channels of television, 18 channels of music, your chair goes anywhere you want, your light goes anywhere you want. I mean, we're in a technological bubble flying at 600 miles an hour at 38,000 feet, and we have a satellite going around Mars taking pictures at Mach 14. Do you think you can project your mind from where we are now into the future? How will it be dramatically different? Well, my feeling is, based on what I've studied, is in the world we know, the physical world, we did a lot in the last century. This century is going to be an interdimensional world. A single person is going to be open to multiple channels of information. Telepathy is only the beginning of something that's going to spread around the planet and increase the awareness of every individual, to include animals, plants, and the whole works. And the good news is, if everybody's telepathic, it's really hard to have a fight if you think that one through. Be prepared for a big surprise in this dimension. Of all the things I'm saying to you now, be prepared for this surprise that we all go telepathic, and it could happen in a very short time. So is that the telepathic age? Not quite sure. Now, when we get to this point, what I want to do as an architect is to take all these ideas about the ages and put them in some order that makes sense in terms of a story, in terms of images, and in terms of the power that each of these have to support each other. So these are the big ideas. These are the ideas you don't talk about every day. There's nobody at a newspaper who's interested in the various ages we're moving into. This is a matter for people who have a longer range view, care to invent institutions and mythology that help us navigate our way through all the complexity, help us make good choices about all the things we already are, rather than just like living in the middle of Walmart. Sorry to you guys at Walmart, but it's a good way to understand it. And off we go, you know, into the next stage with a little bit, a few more landmarks we can navigate by to make our way to a civilization we can be proud of, that takes care of itself, takes care of its planet, you know, and has contact with the growing friends we're going to have in our own galaxy. So look forward to more reports about our future from here at Arcturus. This has been Jim Channon. Thank you for your interest.